Hello, it's Willow here. One of the areas that I am asked about a lot during my coaching sessions is how to manage tiredness and burnout as high sensory people. And this is an area in my experience that takes constant vigilance. Running a business, being on the road, is tiring. It's not to say that I'm moving every few days. I tend to stay at locations for extended periods of time. So the traveling aspect is not an ongoing issue. But there's always the additional load of knowing that you're abroad and all of the various elements of that, especially when I do move to a new place, and I'll talk more about that when I actually am doing that. There's obviously various pieces to process as one gets settled in the new location. However, the piece that I just wanted to touch upon today is how I manage tiredness and burnout. As high sensory people, because we're processing so deeply all the time, it means that we burn out if we don't look after ourselves. And it's not to say that that's going to happen just through day-to-day general living, but running and building a business, it does take its toll. It's a constant 24/7 process. And it doesn't mean to say that that isn't fun. And actually, fun is one of the ways that I energize myself. Making these videos is great fun for me. Going on adventures, working out in a cafe somewhere, going out on my bike, just treating myself in some way, going somewhere new, because I'm high sensation seeking as well, and I'll do a piece on that at some point. When things are new and exciting, then it's fun for me, and that always really energizes me. However, the baseline of energy is constantly being challenged. So eating well is really important. Sleeping well is important, but sleeping for many of us is not easy. It's not easy for me to go to sleep. My mind is highly creative. I'm constantly thinking and having ideas, and I actually survive on a few hours of sleep a night. But what I do sometimes is I will have a little siesta in the afternoon if I need to. I don't do that every day, but if I feel I'm tired, then I do have little power naps. And sometimes I might do that a couple of times a day. And I find if I actually put my head down, even if it's just for 10 minutes, and I just go into a deep state of relaxation, then that recharges me again. And the same thing with meditation. Meditation for me is an absolute must. I do that on a daily basis. And actually what I'm doing is I am bringing my awareness and my energy into my body, which helps me to attain a deep state of reset. It allows me to access the theta, the theta state, and also the delta state that we experience when we're sleeping. And it's taken me some years to practice doing that, but it means that I'm able to access that really quickly now, and that resets me really fast. And that's one of the things that I wanted to reassure you about. You know, if you're thinking of doing one of these journeys where you are working as a digital nomad, perhaps you're building your own business, you're going to be on the road, is that we recover really quickly. So as long as you're looking after yourself and as long as you're taking the right care, then we can manage tiredness and burnout. And sometimes it's not possible to manage it properly. You know, sometimes if there's a lot of work happening in the business, there's a launch happening, there's a lot of activity with my clients in a set period of time. Sometimes it's not possible to always manage that, and therefore that there's going to be periods of time where you do feel really exhausted. And we just have to acknowledge that as long as we're recovering and as long as we're looking after ourselves, it's not going to cause you any long-term harm. It's more the mindset of thinking, I'm exhausted and now I'm useless, and what am I going to do to move things forward? That's a mindset that takes practice to manage, and again, meditation helps with that. Fun really helps with that. There's a lot of faith in this process. There's a lot of trust. There's a lot of the relationship with something higher than us that is guiding and supporting us. And that's something that is a huge part of my life. And for some of you that may resonate, and for some it may not resonate. But for me, trusting that I am guided and trusted that I'm essentially looked after is a huge part of the process for me. And again, that takes development to get evidence of that and to experience that happens for us. And the habit of disconnecting and getting into a state of fear and anxiety in the head, that causes overwhelm and then contributes to the burnout. So the mindset management is really, really important. And in our community, there are a couple of tools and techniques that I have around anxiety. There's an anxiety meditation that is the one that I use to help me to ground and help me to manage overwhelm. And you're most welcome to come in and just download that and utilize that and see how that works for you. It's free to join the community. You can come in and get the resources that you need and meet other people that are on these types of journeys. So I hope this has been helpful. There'll be links around this video to get access to the community. I'd love to hear in the comments, if you have experience of this, if you're on a similar journey like this. I'd absolutely love to hear how it's working for you. Any tools and tips that you have that you can share. I'm all about supporting high sensory people to live the life that they really want to live, because of the benefits to them, but also to the massive benefits to the world when we are in our flow, when we're in our joy, and we are expressing ourselves and being ourselves. I think it is a huge resource in the world, this trait, and the more that we can support and help each other, the better. Thanks again for watching. See you soon. Bye for now.